It's Move the Ball Monday. I'm glad you're here. One of the things that engineers have in common is that we've all been to university. And if you worked in engineering and manufacturing, as I have, what you'll notice about many of your stakeholders is that they have not been to university. And so it's very common when you are asking someone to do a Gemba walk. Gemba is the Japanese term, Gemba, that means to go and see the actual place. You have to, for a new engineer, help them understand that education means far more than just going to university, because one thing that stakeholders have in common is that they know their processes better than any new engineer ever could. And so here is your assignment for this week. I want you to try to put together a budget with $450 a week being your revenue stream, and assuming that that means you are working 40 hours a week and traveling to and from work in order to be able to make that $450. Now, I've already accounted for taxes, but I want you to consider housing, transportation, food, clothing, and kind of basic essentials, and see if you can make that budget work. That would, in essence, be the equivalent of making twice as much as the federal minimum wage. That would be kind of front line starting salary for a new teacher. And assume that the person has as many kids as you have, or doesn't have any kids at all, and see what it looks like when it's time to then start paying for medical insurance, car insurance, life insurance, paying for a passport, taking care of things that just kind of come up like birthdays and Christmases, needing to get your hair cut or colored, Walmart toiletries. Try to see if you can make that budget work. And here's why I am giving you this assignment this week. As we are in our presidential election year, it is important for us to understand what it looks like to not have a living wage, to be a working adult and not be able to make the ends meet. But you go and see. You see if you can put a budget together that works. And understand then that that number is the kind of money that dental hygienists are making, that teachers fresh out of school are making, that technical professionals are making. And then contrast that with what will be your move the ball next week, which is I want you to start thinking about what you would buy and how you would spend $1 billion if you had compound interest. This gap between poverty and wealth is something that we do have to understand better in order to be better inclusioneers. If we're going to be inclusive, we need to understand this. So I know you're smart enough to do this. Put your budgets together, making $450 a week. That would be twice as much as the federal minimum wage, and working 40 hours. And let me know how it works out. I'm interested in seeing what you come up with.